Amigos, Starfield is officially less than a week away if you've purchased the Early Access Edition. And here we have an official release schedule for anyone that is interested. If you're a Steam buyer, don't forget to preload your game on the 30th. And we have some huge news today. Starfield will be for the first time in Bethesda history add in their very own New Game Plus mode. But with a twist, according to Todd Howard. This means Starfield will have an endless playthrough option, and with Pete Hines already telling the world that he has 150 hours in Starfield and hasn't even scratched the surface, this news couldn't be more exciting. He even joked mentioning that 80 hours in, he hadn't even dove into the story quest when Todd asked him what he thought so far. You know what's really exciting aside from the obvious plethora of content? Apparently there is no level cap. So, mission boards are also coming back. This time with Starfield, they're going to be worth checking out, ranging from harvesting missions, combat missions, build and operation tasks, and even escort missions that have you taking NPCs and transporting them to different planets. Now this is something that is going to be really engaging, and I actually think it's great, especially when you want to take a break from the main story, when you're off exploring, maybe doing side quests. It just gives you an extra thing to do. Now companionship will actually matter in Starfield. There are 4 romanceable NPCs if that's your thing. Companions will also take notice in how you act and choices you make, some approven or disapproven, and expressing their satisfaction or annoyance. Pete actually mentioned that some companions will actually get annoyed if you try to pick locks. So you can fully live the space pirate dream as well between contraband smuggling, and now we actually got the word that you can even have bounties put on you. And don't worry, if you're not a fan of this, you can actually get them removed in some cases. But it does put an extra bit of wariness between your exploration, so I, for one, will definitely be keeping them. I think it's really cool. Now, Pete also mentioned at one time that he felt like Iron Man. Yeah, you heard me, Iron Man, because of how the weapon mods mixed with the skills. He was talking about how he was shooting rockets while boost packing. Now, this sounds pretty cool if you ask me. The itemization is something I'm extremely excited to dive into. As an avid ARPG player, itemization means a lot to me in RPG game. Fallout and Skyrim all nailed that, time and time again. And seeing the detail and the art team has put into the weapons and the armor is actually amazing, and that's a huge up for me as well. Now, speaking of boost packing, this sounds like a major tip that everyone should know about. Apparently, boost packing is a skill and needs to be learned, and Pete sounded real adamant on learning it as soon as possible. So boost packing will be pretty important, I would imagine, especially when you need to get to certain places, maybe to discover an Easter egg or discover just hidden loot. Now, another really interesting thing here that maybe I've overlooked but is news to me: in order to fly higher class ships, you actually have to fly ships that you can handle. So you can't just be an expert pilot right from the gates. Hinting at an actual pilot skill / progression system, and that's going to be very important to dive into if you want to make those Optimus Prime ships we've seen in Direct, or if you just want to be a space pirate overlord like I'm going to. Now, as we all know already, Bethesda is also known to have a massive modding community, and their mods are accessible in-game without any need of any extra outside addition. It has been hinted that modders will be able to go wild, including creating entire planets if they are up to the task. Now, we've heard of overhauls, but entire planets, that sounds pretty insane. I think it will be quite a while until modders start adding entire planets to the already overwhelming 1,000+ accessible planets in the base game. But boy, when that time comes, I'm interested to see what people come up with. So that'll wrap up this video on all the little tidbits of information. All of this came from the interviews that they were given over at Gamescom this past couple days. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, amigos, take care.